Hello and welcome. Today we're diving into one of the most buzzworthy romantasy books of the year, The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy, by Brigitte Knightley. It's dark, magical, witty, and romantic in all the most painful and delicious ways. This is a story of two enemies forced into reluctant alliance, one trained to kill, the other trained to heal, locked in a dangerous game of survival, secrets, and something far more dangerous, attraction. Let's begin. Our heroine is Celine, a powerful magical healer raised in a kingdom torn apart by war and corruption. She's brave, intelligent, and deeply committed to preserving life. But make no mistake, Celine is not soft. She's been hardened by loss and betrayal, and her role as a healer is both a gift and a burden. Through her magic, she feels the pain of others, physically, emotionally, spiritually. That empathy is her strength and her curse. Then there's Kieran, a ruthless assassin. He's cold, calculating, and feared across the continent. Kieran was forged in violence, shaped by a system that rewarded brutality and punished compassion. He's a weapon in human form, sharp, controlled, and seemingly unfeeling. But behind the icy walls is a man carrying deep scars and a past he never talks about. The two have nothing in common, nothing, except a shared mission. When a powerful magical artifact is stolen, threatening to destabilize the fragile peace between rival nations, both Celine and Kieran are pulled into the hunt. She's assigned as the moral compass. He's assigned as the killer. They are told to work together, though neither trusts the other. And why would they? He thinks she's naive. She thinks he's a monster. But as they travel through shifting borders, dangerous forests, ruined temples, and cities filled with spies, something unexpected begins to happen. The lines between enemy and ally start to blur. They begin to understand each other. Celine discovers that Kieran is not the emotionless killer he pretends to be. Beneath his armor is a man who has sacrificed everything for survival, a man who still carries guilt for the things he's done, and who lives in constant fear that there's no redemption left for someone like him. And Kieran, against his better judgment, starts to care, not just about the mission, but about the woman beside him. He watches the way Selena risks herself to protect strangers, the way she never looks away from pain, the way she treats even him with a kind of reluctant grace. What starts as snide comments and biting sarcasm turns into quiet conversations around a campfire. Long stares when the other isn't looking. Silent tension when one gets too close. It's a classic slow burn, but it's done with finesse. Every step forward between them feels hard-earned and emotionally honest. And then there's the real question that drives the heart of the book. Can love truly grow between two people shaped by opposite sides of a war? Because this isn't just about romance. This is about identity. Celine has always believed in healing, in saving lives. Kieran has always lived by the blade, in ending them. But what if they're both more than what the world told them to be? As the story unfolds, we learn more about both characters' pasts, about the trauma that made them, the systems that used them, and the choices that haunt them. Celine once tried to save someone she loved and failed. Kieran once spared someone he should have killed and paid the price. They are not good or evil. They are broken people trying to find a reason to hope again. And that's what makes this book stand out in the romantasy genre. Brigitte Knightley doesn't just give us a love story. She gives us a psychological battle between healing and destruction, trust and fear, compassion and vengeance. The romantic tension is thick, the banter is crisp and emotionally charged, and when the walls finally crack between them, when they let themselves be vulnerable, it feels earned, raw, real, painful, and worth it. But of course, nothing comes easy. Their journey is filled with betrayal, magical curses, close calls, and impossible choices. The enemy isn't just the people chasing them. It's their own beliefs, their own guilt, their fear of being seen, and their fear of needing someone they were never supposed to care about. The final chapters bring all of that tension to a head. Loyalty is tested. Secrets are revealed. And both Celine and Kieran are forced to ask, what are you willing to sacrifice for the person you love? Especially when that person used to be your enemy. The irresistible urge to fall for your enemy is beautifully written, with lush prose, dark fantasy world-building, and emotionally layered characters. It balances action and romance with strong internal conflict. It's both intimate and epic, quiet and explosive. And when the final page comes, you're left breathless, not just because of the romance, but because of how deeply the story explores the human capacity to forgive, to change, and to love in spite of everything. If you're a fan of A Court of Thorns and Roses, The Serpent and the Wings of Night, or The Bridge Kingdom, this is a book you don't want to miss. And that brings us to the end of today's summary. Thank you for joining me for this deep dive into The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy by Brigitte Knightley. If you enjoyed this audiobook-style breakdown, don't forget to subscribe for more romantasy and dark romance summaries. Let me know in the comments. Should we cover The Serpent and the Wings of Night next? Or something even darker? Until next time, stay bold, stay bookish, and keep reading.